Top of the morning, Nigeria. Welcome to a brand new edition of Daybreak Live right here on Dominion Television. It's Friday, October 10th, 2025. I'm Anolo Akboido, and it's always a pleasure to be with you as we begin another day filled with stories, conversations, and perspectives that matter.
And I am Samson Balogun. Together with my co-host this morning, we'll walk you through the news, the debate, and the insights shaping Nigeria and beyond this morning. No matter where you are tuned in from, on the move, at work, or at home, we are glad you have made us a part of your day.
Definitely. Good morning, everyone. I'm Uluwayemi Adelako, and it's great to be here again. We've got an exciting lineup for you this Friday. Rich conversations, trending stories, and a few inspiring guests you definitely want to meet.
Here's what I had on today's program. First on Daybreak Gist, the Obedient Movement congratulates Professor Joash Amupiton on his appointment as INEC chairman. The group says his emergence signals hope for credible election and stronger democratic institutions. We'll dive into the reactions and what this means for Nigeria's electoral landscape.
All right, after that, we'll bring you the weather updates, followed by Daybreak News, a crisp roundup of the top headlines from Nigeria and around the globe.
Definitely. Then comes our newspaper review and analysis where we unpack the front pages and break down what those headlines mean for Nigerians. Our analyst this morning is Lekon Shobowale, a seasoned public affairs analyst, journalist, and good governance advocate.
And for today's big story, profit, passion, and purpose. Stories from a music lover and a farmer entrepreneur. We'll be exploring how creativity, business, and agriculture can all thrive when driven by passion and purpose.
Right, and of course, joining us for that conversation, two distinguished guests, one popularly known as DJ Ko, a vibrant music enthusiast and creative professional, and of course, Mr. Gbemiga Johnson, a businessman and farmer whose story reflects resilience and innovation in agriculture.
Right, it's a perfect mix of arts, enterprise, and inspiration, and we can't wait to hear their journeys and lessons this morning.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll wrap things up with Trend Watch, your spotlight on what's buzzing online and on the streets.
Of course, so wherever you are, stay tuned because this is your trusted companion for news, analysis, and perspective.
You're watching Daybreak Live on Dominion Television. Let's get right into it this morning.
Shall we?
We shall.
Yes, we shall.
Good morning to you all. I'm glad to be
morning.
back here to talk about trending issues in Nigeria. But most definitely, if you see what happened yesterday, one thing that caught my attention was the fact that Mahmoud Yakub stepped down as the INEC chair, and in not too distant time, a replacement was found. I mean, the question is, was it in the pipeline even before he resigned? That was the question. And of course, the Obedient Movement coming to congratulate Amukwito, saying, look, your appointment signals a turning point in the electoral system in the country. Now, appointed by an APC government, congratulated by the Obedient Movement. I mean, it's something really dicey right there. Probably they think, well, at this point, he's a neutral person. And then I also saw something on social media yesterday that is another Yoruba person from the North Central. I mean, you've been hearing about the lopsided appointment of President, by claims by some people that his appointments are lopsided and most of that are coming from the South. What do you make of that?
Okay.
Okay.
You go first.
Well, I should say ladies first, but first, I'll just, on this issue, right, I'm not sure there's any big deal, really, with the congratulation that is coming from the Obedient Movement, but in a sense too, it could also denote or connote something that is deeper than the surface congratulation, to say we acknowledge you and we would like to have a pact with you, in a sense, to say, okay, you're welcome, and then we are also behind you to support you and all of that. So it could also be that they're trying to, you know, how do they say in Yoruba that they are farming somewhere very close to them, on Rokumo, something like that, just to ensure that you step on a very right footing, or you start on the right footing by, you know, putting the water, be spreading the water so that you can step on the wet ground, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's more like that for them. But again, away from that too, there's a lot of things to talk about Amupiton's appointment as the INEC chairman. Now, you know, there was a particular delegation, a committee that, you know, the MPF and a lot of people, a lot of bodies that came together to make that decision. Just like you also said, was that in the pipeline? Remember, a few days ago, we were talking about May Agbamuche as the acting, and then we asked the question that how long is that acting going to be? Because it wasn't, it's not even going to take forever for the acting Agbamuche May now to come and then go. So most like, I'm not sure she did anything while she was acting because the new person has come on board and it's just this week now. So everything is fast. So sometimes you might want to wonder, why are things this fast and other things slow? You know, some things are faster, some things are slower, especially when it comes to, you know, when you want to transition in power, in government, in office. You see a lot of bureaucratic processes going through protocols and all that. But for this, it was a straight, in a very fast situation. They wanted it to happen fast, and it happened fast. It also begs the question, maybe they would say the elections are very close, you know, not very close, but elections are close. We are getting to 2027 after 2026, yeah? So maybe that's one of the things they're trying to put up together. But all of this, you know, we are just waiting to see, you know, something fair, something credible, something just that's coming, the presidential election and every other elections that will be held in 2027. We want to see if this man, but I think one of the things we should also consider is what is in his credentials, what is in his portfolio, what has he done before. And I think I was mentioning to you a couple of days ago that I think personally, if anybody is going to succeed another person and it has been known, the person should have been engaged a long time before maybe the appointment, the official appointment. The person should have been walking through the lines, learning the ropes and how to, you know, do the administration and all of those things, because elections are even coming quite close. There are elections, there's some state elections very soon, and this person needs to be intimated with every of those things that will be happening. And so I think it's a lot on this table, but I think it should start work as soon as possible. Okay,
let me take it from where you stopped. I think I was actually surprised to see that, you know, he was nominated, though his name will still need to be sent to the Senate for confirmation. But then I want to believe that it's because of the sensitivity of that position. Just like you mentioned, Anambra's election is in a few weeks. We have a Ekiti election next year, 2026, Osun State election as well. So a lot of things, a lot of work is on ground already for this person, you know, to do. And speaking about his portfolio, I read that, you know, he's a professor of law in University of Jos, Plateau State, an alumnus of that same university. And of course, I think he's handled some positions in the past. So I want to believe that, you know, he's going to do well. Though, taking it back now to the congratulating message of the Labour Party, the obedient down, I think it's a mixture of congratulations and warnings, because I read through and I was seeing things like, okay, you've been elected now or you've been appointed now, though you still need some confirmation, but then you need to write your name in the good books of Nigeria. You need to watch, or you need to learn from what your past people have done in the past. It's like the 6th professor that will be appointed as the INEC chair. I think other professors have, you know, held that position, the likes of, you know, Humphrey, the likes of Ataru Jegan, of course, the one that just left. So he's a professor, but then it's not just about being the professor alone. He needs to learn like the ropes so that, you know, he can ensure that that trust that Nigerians no longer have in INEC can be restored. And one more thing, you know, speaking about the North Central thing, the man that left was from the Northeast. And of course, people who are very careful, who are very passionate about zoning are saying, why would the president, you know, take someone from the North Central who is a Yoruba man? But I don't want to dispute that, because I want to believe it's about competence and not just about the zone or where the person is coming from. If the person can do the job, why not? Because these are like the issues that we face in this country, the issue of zoning rather than competence. So if he can do the job, why not? Chimamanda Ngozi also came out to tweet yesterday to say that, yes, this man has appointed you. And then in a way, you might want to say that, okay, because the president appointed me, I want to be loyal to him. But do not forget that your integrity is on the line. Because we want to begin to see your good works, you know, in a few weeks and few months, that you will do better than those that left. So it's up to him to decide to say that, okay, I want to be loyal to the president, or I want to be loyal to the people. Because at the end of the day, you have every right to be loyal to the people, regardless of who appointed you.
Absolutely.
He's a lawyer. So I don't know. I think he knows better. But then this is Nigeria. Let's just be optimistic about this appointment, that he's going to do better in this job. Honestly, that's the way I'm seeing this matter.
You see, I know said something about about how quick it was for him to be appointed. You know, sometimes you mentioned that some things are slow, some things are quite quick. You know, it's about interest. You know, where your interests lie, you know, you pay so much attention to it. So that's what I think is happening there. But most definitely, if you look at the elections around the corner, as she rightly mentioned, Ekiti, Osun, and so many other places, including Anambra. So there's a lot to do. They cannot afford to leave that lacuna. So someone has to fill that position and, of course, get to work. the election is coming. You see, it's you can't just bring someone when the election is just about 6 months and then bring someone on board. So that person must have been on ground for a long time to see and, of course, strategize on how to work it out during the election. Now, talking about his profile, you were talking about his profile. He has held so many important positions that I think, you know, he has something to protect. He has a name to protect. If you look at his profile, he held positions at the University of Georgia Head of Public Law 2006 to 2008, Dean of Faculty for Law 2008 to 2014, Chairman Committee of Deans and Directors 2012 to 2014, Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, UniJOS, and other positions he held, Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, Joseph Ayo Babalala University in Osun State, Board and Governance roles in legal and educational bodies. So he has held so many important positions that you can say for a fact that he has, at least up till now, he has integrity. He's been trusted with positions, sensitive ones, in fact. But then, he has a lot to do right now. And to maintain that name, loyalty, yes, it is very important. But most definitely, if you want to leave your name in gold, especially when you are no longer there, there's a lot you have to do. We have seen people whose names have been dragged in the mud in the past. Look at Maurice Iwu, when he was chairman of INEC. I don't think any INEC chairman has been dragged more than Maurice Iwu, you know, in the history of Nigeria.
And he's also a professor.
Also a professor. I mean, you can imagine. So I don't think any INEC chairman in history has been dragged more than Maurice Iwu. After Maurice Iwu, I think Mahmoud Yakubu is also one of the names that was dragged. I think Jega at the point was spared because of his roles in how President Muhammadu Buhari eventually won after against Goodluck Jonathan, a sitting president. So that for some people was a turning point in the electoral system in the country. So to an extent, he still maintained his name, even though some people still feels, you know, somehow about the election, especially people in the PDP. We saw what happened at the declaration. I want to remember his name, Orubebe. I want to remember his full name. He was over everywhere saying, look,
it disrupted
he disrupted the process, but it was eventually, you know. So the truth about this is he has a name to protect. And that is why what exactly the obedient movements are saying, look, you are fresh, you are new. Let's register our names in your head so that when you want to take some decisions, you will remember that there are people out there who will criticize you. And, you know, the backlash will always come. Regardless of what see, there's something about Nigerians. Whether you are doing fine or you are not doing fine, just know that there are different sets of people. Some will criticize you for doing the right thing. Some will criticize you for doing the wrong thing. And while some will hail you for doing the wrong thing, some will also hail you for doing the right thing. So, regardless of the situation, just know that you have a name to protect and do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry.
One more thing. Okay, you want to say something?
No, let me just go. Let me just try quickly. I wanted to say that can a professor be bought over? We had a program yesterday where our guest was speaking to the issue that many lecturers, many professors have been bought over by politicians. You know, especially during elections. We've seen this not once, not twice, and we're hoping this is not the case for this person. Now, I'm expecting maybe in a more humorous side now to say that we're expecting PDP, APC, NNPP, ANPP, every of the parties to also congratulate him.
No, I think ADC did already.
No, after ADC, I'm saying some other persons too. Maybe every of the political
they will
congratulate
congratulate him and then put someone in on that.
So
that might not be the first paragraph. That might not be the first paragraph. Maybe the third, fourth, and fifth. You know, some warnings will be there, and of course their request will also be there.
Definitely. And one more thing, I think he needs to communicate more. Because that's one of the issues that we are facing in this country. People who hold positions, most of them don't communicate. And once you don't communicate, people will assume a lot of things. So if this thing is not going to work, can you inform the people on time? So that at the end of the day, it won't be like, okay, this man changed, you know, his words. Because that was what happened with Mahmoud Yakubu. We said to Nigerians that election results will be transmitted through the beavers. And then on the election day, the beavers malfunctioned. And at the end of the day, you said to Nigerians that you have the result, you have the winner. So Nigerians were asking, how come when the beavers malfunction? So if something is not going to work, ensure that you tell the people on time so that you can retain that credibility, honestly. So that's I don't know if this will get to you, but that's my candid advice.
You see, lastly, before we go on this, I hosted the newly elected publicity secretary of the PDP recently, and then he was mentioning some things like when you talked, I just said that because you talked about informing the people on time. He said sometimes you expect information from the wrong people. All these MDAs, ministries, parastatals, they all have IHOs, information officers. What exactly are they doing? So when there is need to put information out there, regardless of the situation. Please do. And when people ask questions, they're asking the wrong set of people. For example, Mahmoud Yakubu might have said, oh, this is what we are going to do. What is the job of the IHO? Seek permission to put that information out there. And as long as you are doing your job, you will be out there. You could remember how Benjamin doing this everywhere when it comes to putting information out there. At the point, Olumu Aladejobi was also doing fantastic when it comes to putting information out there. I think that's what the people want. As long as they are informed. The Nigerians don't want too much. They just want to know what exactly is going on, especially with their resources and people who have been saddled with the responsibilities of taking care of things that really concern them.
And I also read a report this morning that says about 870 billion naira will be spent for 2027 elections. That's what I want to talk about. Still talking about communication. You see, if that amount, if you are not getting the funds that you need, speak up. If you have issues with anything, let Nigerians know. Let Nigerians know on time. Don't just try to cover up and, at the end of the day, you are unable to perform excellently well. If you have issues with funding, that fund cannot be enough
Make
for
it
1 week.
expressly clear.
Let Nigerians know, honestly. That's my
All right, that will be
advice.
the convenient point to leave it on this segment of the show this morning. So thank you for joining us so far. Link up with us on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Dominion Broadcast, and on X, formerly Twitter, at Dominion Cast. You can watch us live on our website, www.dominion.org.ng. Do well to link up with us on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that channel at Dominion Broadcast. Now we go on a quick break. When we return, we'll take with the report. We'll be back.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Cast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Welcome back from that short break. The show is still Daybreak Live Extra right here on Dominion Television. Now we go straight to weather report this morning. I will be starting from the southwestern part of the country, and that is Abeokuta in Ogun State this morning. Weather currently feels like 24 degrees Celsius in Abeokuta this morning, and later in the morning it will be partly cloudy and rise to 28 degrees Celsius. There will be scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon at 29 degrees Celsius. It will be mostly cloudy at 25 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius in the evening and overnight respectively in Abeokuta today.
All right, let's cross over to Ekiti. This morning, weather feels like 26 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 19%, and in the afternoon, 26 degrees Celsius as well, scattered thunderstorms around 44%. In the evening, 21 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 23%, and overnight, 21 degrees Celsius, cloudy around 24%. That's what we have for Ekiti this morning.
And about southwest of your state today, weather feels like 24 degrees Celsius. And later in the morning, 27 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy. In the afternoon, 28 degrees Celsius, also scattered thunderstorms as well. Mostly cloudy in the evening at 24 degrees Celsius. And overnight in Ibadan, 23 degrees Celsius, cloudy as well in Ibadan, Oyo
All right,
State. Moving
moving away from Oyo State this morning, we're straight to the center of excellence, Lagos this morning. Weather currently feels like 26 degrees Celsius in Lagos. Later in the morning, it will be mostly cloudy and rise to 27 degrees Celsius. By afternoon, it will be cloudy at 28 degrees Celsius in Lagos today. It will be mostly cloudy at 26 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius respectively, evening and overnight in Lagos.
Well, let's cross over to Osogbo. Weather currently feels like 27 degrees Celsius this morning, cloudy around 17%. In the afternoon, 27 degrees Celsius, scattered thunderstorms around 55%. In the evening, 23 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 12%. And overnight, 22 degrees Celsius, cloudy around 13%. That's what we have for Osogbo this morning.
And in Ekiti East, Ekiti State today, weather feels like 22 degrees Celsius averagely. The morning aspect will be 26 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy, and afternoon 26 degrees Celsius with scattered thunderstorms. And evening 21 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy as well. And overnight 21 degrees Celsius, cloudy in Ekiti East, Ekiti State this morning.
All right, moving on to the North Central in Kwara this morning. Weather currently feels like 23 degrees Celsius in Kwara State. Later in the morning, it will be partly cloudy and rise to 27 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, it will be mostly cloudy at 28 degrees Celsius. Also mostly cloudy in the evening at 24 degrees Celsius. And cloudy overnight at 22 degrees Celsius in Kwara today.
All right, let's cross over to Kaduna North this morning. Weather feels like 27 degrees Celsius this morning. Mostly cloudy around 9%. In the afternoon, 28 degrees Celsius, scattered thunderstorms around 36%. In the evening, 23 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 11%. And overnight, 22 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy around 8%. That's what we have for Kaduna North this morning.
And weather in Suleja, Niger State, the largest state in Nigeria, feels like 23 degrees Celsius, and later in the morning 26 degrees Celsius with thunderstorms expected. Afternoon 29 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy, and evening 23 degrees Celsius with scattered thunderstorms as well. Overnight 22 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy in Suleja, Niger State.
All right, moving on to the FCT this morning. All right, weather currently feels like 23 degrees Celsius in the FCT. And later in the morning, there will be scattered thunderstorms at 27 degrees Celsius. It will be mostly cloudy in the afternoon at 28 degrees Celsius. Also, scattered thunderstorms at 23 degrees Celsius in the evening. And overnight, it will be mostly cloudy at 22 degrees Celsius. So if you are in Abuja today, there will be scattered thunderstorms in the morning and later in the evening.
All right, that's all we can take this morning concerning this segment. We need to take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll take the news. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Casts. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB Van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB Van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
Hello and welcome. This is Daybreak News on Dominion Television. My name is Anuluakpo Idowu. President Bola Tinubu has explained that his choice of Professor Joash Amukbiton, a senior advocate of Nigeria, as the new chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, was based on his apolitical stance, integrity, and impeccable record of service. The president disclosed this at the State House in Abuja during the meeting of the National Council of State, which unanimously endorsed the nomination of Amukbiton to succeed Professor Mahmood Yakubu, whose decade-long tenure as INEC chairman ended on Tuesday. Tinubu told council members that Amukbiton, a professor of law from Kogi State, north-central Nigeria, is the first person from the state to be nominated for the top electoral job. Council members, including serving and former leaders, backed the nomination, describing the professor as a man of proven integrity. The Senate has dismissed allegations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria, describing the claims made by the United States Senator Ted Cruz and television host Bill Maher as false, divisive, and capable of undermining national unity. Lawmakers, while debating abortion, resolved to work closely with the federal government on more effective counter-terrorism strategies to address insecurity. The federal government swiftly rejected the assertions, insisting that the nation's security crisis stems from terrorism, banditry, and criminality, not religious persecution. The Senate's resolution signals a coordinated effort to engage the executive arm in designing stronger counterterrorism strategies and diplomatic responses to correct what lawmakers described as a distorted foreign narrative about Nigeria. Further deliberation on the motion has been adjourned to next Tuesday. Local government administrators have been charged to support the executive arm in extending the dividends of democracy to all citizens. The chairman of Oyo State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Dr. Nurini Adeniran, made this call during the symbolic presentation of educational materials to primary schools in Ibadan, North Local Government area. While admonishing teachers to distribute the materials to needy pupils and ensure they are used properly, he also charged them to include reading and writing in their timetables for pupils. In his welcome address, Chairman of Ibadan North Local Government, Sheum Olufade, explained that the distribution is aimed at helping pupils concentrate on their education and improve their learning. The materials, including 800 seats and desk, pack of chalk and board markers, 300 school bags, and 200 school sandals, were distributed to the 73 functioning primary schools in the local government area. Chairman of the Oyo at 50th Anniversary Planning Committee, Honorable Sahid Akiade Fijabi has assured residents of a befitting Golden Jubilee celebration next year. Speaking after the committee's inauguration in Ibadan, Fijabi expressed confidence in the diverse team's ability to deliver a memorable event that will highlight Oyo State's rich history, culture, and achievement, while honoring those who have shaped its progress. He noted that despite economic challenges, the committee would plan creative and cost-effective activities reflecting the resilience and pride of the Oyo people. Governor Seyi Makinde, who inaugurated the 11-member committee, reaffirmed his commitment to inclusive governance and urged the team to give their best to the assignment. And in business, the federal government has announced plans to permanently halt deductions for the cost of revenue collection paid to agencies such as the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the Nigerian Customs Service, and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, among others. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, disclosed this in Abuja. Edun revealed that following the presidential directive, several layers of deductions previously made before sharing proceeds from the Federation Account Allocation Committee have now been scrapped to improve fiscal transparency and ensure that more resources reach the three tiers of government. In sport, the Super Eagles training camp for the 2025 African Cup of Nations will open on 10th December, according to reports. The Super Eagles will converge on the dates to kickstart their preparation for Africa's biggest football competition. The venue for the camping exercise is yet to be decided by the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF. Eric Charlie's side are drawn in Group D along with Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. The competition will kick off on December 21st in Morocco, and Super Eagles will begin their campaign against Tanzania in Fez on December 23rd. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and next at Dominion Cast. And that's Daybreak News. I am Anolu Akpo Edo. Thanks for watching.
Everyone, my name is Tabani Onafua and I am 7 years old. Today is a very special day. It's the International Day of the Girl Child. I am proud to be a girl. Girls are smart, strong, and kind. We can be doctors, leaders, teachers, and anything we want to be. Every girl should go to school, be safe, and be happy. We should be loved, respected, and free to dream big. So today, I want to say to every girl, you are special, you are important, and you can change the world.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live like never before? Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
All right, I welcome you back. Thank you for staying with us this morning. This is newspaper headlines and analysis on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun. This morning, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Lekon Shobowale, a journalist and public affairs analyst, a good one at that. All right, before I allow you to speak on some of the issues we have this morning, let me start from Nigerian Tribune. I have this headline that says, why I picked Amopito as INEC chair. That's coming from Tinubu. Council of State approves his choice. Bill Gates, now 158 others to get national honors. New Police Trust Fund repeal, reenactment coming. And of course, another headline this morning saying, insecurity in Nigeria not driven by religion. Senate clarifies. Will continue to prioritize citizens' needs in your budget. That's coming from Makinde. Away from that headline, I also have this one that says, Ekiti governorship primary, AP said disqualifies Kayode Ojo sacks Enugu State Working Committee to conduct public hearing for amendment of party constitution. When I read the story yesterday that he's been disqualified from actually contesting for the primaries, I was a bit shocked looking at the fact that he was in Ado Ekiti yesterday, and a lot of people came out from the 16 local government area to wish him well and the likes. But then he's been disqualified from the race. Away from that line, I also have this one that says Tinubu leads tributes as Christopher Kolade dies at 92 is life and times. The former embassy boss, a lot of Nigerians are saying, oh, we lost the gem, an intellectual to the core. And then the president, also, spoke about him to say that, he's one of the finest men, that we had in this country. And of course, his loss, is something that, he cannot deal with at the moment. Away from that headline, I also have this one that says Tinubu pardons about Macaulay Vatsa Lawan, grants amnesty to 82 inmates. And a lot of Nigerians are saying this, pardon that is being granted to people that have died long ago. Is it really necessary? I'd love my analyst to help me, break that down this morning. It's time to turn to him. Lekon Shobowale, welcome on board this morning.
Good morning, Yemi. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. All right, let's start from this headline that says, why I picked Amopito as INEC chair. That's coming from Tinubu. Because I read a story yesterday where some persons who are very passionate about zoning, are saying that, the last person, that, held that position was from the northeast. Why did the president go to the north central to pick a Yoruba man from Kogi State?
Well, I don't know, but I think in choosing INEC chairman,
okay,
I don't think we need to consider where the person comes from. Picking INEC chairman, it should be based on merits. It should be based on credibility and the antecedents of the man. Professor Amopito, if you read his profile very well, you see that he's a man that has a huge wealth of experience, and he has served diligently in all the positions he has occupied. And
okay.
So I think what the president considers, is merits, or was merit, and not whether North Central or not. So many people were even saying that the president should have considered the Southwest, where he comes from. But for president to have picked Professor Amukwiton from the North Central in Kogi State, I think, the president has tried to display his impartiality, and we want to be neutral. That I'm from the Southwest, I'm picking someone from the North Central, so that the opposition will not come, and that's why you have this minimal, noise of because before now, many of the opposition parties have been saying that the president will likely pick a retired judge. You understand, a Yoruba man, and they have been spiting fire that if president should pick that person and all those. But the president called them unaware, and because nobody ever think that Professor Amukwiton will be picked as the next chairman. So for me, it is a good thing. And looking at the profile of the man, I think the man will performed because he was picked on merits.
But he's also a Yoruba man.
Yes, he's a Yoruba man. You can say, look at NNPC. Bayo Julari is a Yoruba man. But he's from the north. So, we in this country, we have Sunday Awoniji, who was, I think, from Kaduna. Yes, he was from Kaduna. And at the time, he was the chairman of Arewa youth, Arewa, all this northern region there. So, it doesn't really matter. The name does not really matter. You understand? Okay. The man hails from the north center of Kogi State. So, whether he bears Yoruba name, look at Bukola Saraki now. Bukola Saraki is from Kwara State, and he claimed he's from the north. So, it doesn't really matter the name. What matters is Amukwiton is representing the north center and not representing the southeast. Okay. So he can bear Yoruba name. It doesn't really matter, but we all know he's from the north center, from Kogi State. All
right, it's a fine place to leave it. I also have good intentions concerning this man. I want to believe that he's going to do well.
Yes, he has been advised to make sure that he sustain the tempo of electoral reforms. Transparency. We don't look at some of the reactions of the opposition political parties. It has been so minimal. Considering what we've been hearing before Amukwiton was picked. So I think the choice was a good one, because the noise has been so minimal. We are not hearing all this noise and all this. So I think the choice was a good one.
All right, let's talk about Ekiti State now. I have this headline that says, Ekiti Governor Primary, APC disqualifies Kayode Ojo, and that same day, that was yesterday, sacks Enugu State Working Committee to conduct public hearing for amendment of party constitution. A lot of persons did not see that coming. To see that it was even in Ado Ekiti yesterday, and then a lot of Ekiti people came out to support him, but he was denied entry into the party secretariat. What do you make of this situation?
See, maybe it is you are the one that didn't see it coming. Okay. For me, I know it will happen. Kayode Ojo is an Abuja-based politician, and not that of Ekiti-based. And if you look at what has been happening in Ekiti State, you look at the political trend in Ekiti State, you discover that Oyebamiji or Biodo Oyebanji Bao is enjoying, 100%, or let me say maybe 95% support from the people of Ekiti State. Not only from the people of Ekiti State, from the stakeholders in Ekiti State, from the current Minister of Solid Minerals, Alake, even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Fayose confirmed that he has asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu twice that, sir, who are you supporting for Ekiti 2020? He said, go and support Bao. President confirmed it. Fayose is in support. Segun Oni is in support. Former Governor Daybreak is in support. Virtually everybody in Ekiti State, not only from APC, even in opposition parties, they are in support of this man. So they have all concluded, because this is the first time they will be having we all know what has been happening in Ekiti State. Okay. From Fayose, the drama of Fayose and Fayemi, that of Segun Oni, there has not been this kind of unity in Ekiti State. We are seeing this for the first time. So all of them came together, I think, a month or 2 months ago, and endorsed Bao. And even APC, the National Secretary of APC, Bashir Ajibola, is saying that they'll be waiting to see the person that will come, because on the day of the endorsement rally, Bashiru Ajibola was there. And he made a statement that they will be waiting for the person that will come and pick the form that they want to contest with back. So I think they don't want to waste their time. So the best thing they do is let us just disqualify this man and forget about this, all this, so that you can concentrate on the election. I'm telling you, Faraji said it that Bao will be the second person that will be winning all the local governments in Ekiti State after him.
Okay.
So all the stakeholders, all interest, political interest in Ekiti State, everybody, they have rallied, in support of Bao. So I don't know how Kayode, Kayode Ojo is an Abuja politician, he talks on social media, on newspapers, all those stuff. So I know that, see, talking about crowd rented crowd, we have it in politics. You understand? You give them 2,000 naira, they come out.
It's not equal to vote, that's what you're saying.
You don't understand. So you can easily have crowd. See, if I need 5,000 crowd now in front of Dominion TV, they will, just to give them some amount of money, they will all be here, even when they don't know me, even when they have not heard my name before. All what they need is, you used to say that, politics has monetized, so it's all about money. So it has something to do with crowds.
Okay, let me ask you this. I watched a video where Bao said that, for someone who took APC to court, is it that it didn't factor into consideration that a time will come when it will need a party? Do you think this disqualification is connected to that, incident?
Yes, it can now. Of course, it can, because Kayode Ojo has not been so, Kayode Ojo is not enjoying a very good relationship with APC. He's not enjoying it because I don't know the reason for his decision. Okay. To come out and be saying he wanted to be governor of Ekiti. I don't know, because Kayode Ojo is not popular. Bao has been in Ekiti politics since 1999. But it's just that Bao has been so, is a very calm person, very quiet, easygoing gentleman. But Kayode Ojo has not been visible in the Ekiti politics. He's not popular. He's one of those politicians that believes that he can do anything from Abuja. So I don't know. The man has not been so good, even within the APC camp. And to make the matter worse, it took them to court that. So I keep wondering that why will Kayode Ojo be planning to contest for the governorship of Ekiti State? Who will vote for him? Even at the screening, they will just, I don't know. So for me, I've been expecting this because I know personally that Kayode Ojo can never survive that political onslaught when eventually, declare his decision to contest for the Ekiti governorship.
All right. I think we have just two persons, Bao and then Oluremi. Let's see how that will play out.
It's just Bao and others. For me, see, that's what I'm saying. For the first time in Ekiti State, all stakeholders, Baba Afe Babalola, all of them, they have declared their support for Governor Bao. So I don't see, conduct primary from today to tomorrow, even the main election. Okay. So I see Bao all the way coming back as governor of Ekiti State. All right, yes.
Let's fold our hands. Let's talk about this headline that says, Showore to lead free in Nnamdi Kanu now. Protest October 20 in Abuja. I think, a lot of, things have been happening online before today, we're speaking about the fact that, okay, the way it's been held is not fair enough. And then he called out the likes of Atiku, or maybe extended invitation to them, Atiku, Peter Obi, and even some governors in the Eastern Part, Alex Soti, thank you very much, that, okay, let's march down to Aso Rock October 20 to demand, Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. Is this a good way to actually solve this matter? And then if yes, how well can this protest, be done so that, people who are already aggrieved or agitated about this matter will not hijack the protest?
Well, see, for me, the protest just makes things worse. Because you want the president to release Nnamdi Kanu. You are now calling on Atiku, you are calling on... I don't know how she will read things. I don't know, I'm surprised. But what I want to believe that is... one thing to plan the protest is another thing for the protest to be actualized or to be realized. Okay. For me, I don't see Atiku will never be that idle, and I don't see any of the governors, even including Alex Oti, you know, to be so I do and following Showe, who is Showe, that Azuka Abubakar will now be following him, you know. Politics aside, Showe, I don't see the protest working. But like I used to say, you know, this issue of Nnamdi Kanu is taking a whole lot of time, and it's becoming a sort of distraction, even to the government. Look at Simon Ekpa, less than 6 months in Finland, the man was convicted and is now enjoying himself, you know, in the Finnish prison now. So I think I've said this over and over again. You know, the president should just take a decision on Nnamdi Kanu. He's taking, maybe the Southeast governors, you know, maybe if they all come together, appeal to their northern counterpart and the southern counterpart, I mean the southwest, the south-south, you know, that's the Southeast governor, they can just come together and, you know, all the governors and appeal to Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, dialogue is better than protest.
Yes,
okay.
I appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to dialogue with him. What can we do? How can we? Don't, you know, we don't need this. This is distracting us, you know, the noise. So I don't see that protest, you know, Showe, Showe now, you know, in his usual character, you know, organizing unnecessary protest for what? If you want federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu, so it's Atiku Abubakar that you now be inviting to join your...
But Atiku responded to him after the tweet.
See, you know, they are all fair weather friends. You know, Yoruba will say, Otelo Pawonpo. And that is why it will be so difficult for the president to even look at their side. Sure, you understand? But for me, I strongly believe that, you know, Atiku should not be that idle, you know, joining Showe, you know, someone that has addressed the president, that has called his president a criminal, someone that has continued to, you know, has been tarnishing the image of the president, tarnish the image of public officials, no matter what happened. You can never do that in the United States of America, you can never do that in the United Kingdom. So I don't think, if Atiku is such an elder statesman, as he used to call himself, I don't see him joining that Showe. And anybody that joins Showe for that protest will only be identifying himself or herself as an enemy of the president and as enemy of the states. All
right, I thank you for your input on that. Let's talk about this very quickly. I have this headline that says, about Macaulay, 174 that's get Tinubu's presidential pardon. And for Abba Macaulay, I think he was convicted twice by the British Council, first in 1913, to say that issues around the mismanagement of funds, you know, basically. So Nigerians are asking, why is it that, what's the importance of this pardon, you know, especially for people who are long gone? What do you make of that?
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm surprised when I saw it yesterday. It's maybe, you know, even they are gone, but they still have their great grandchildren, you know, living. You still have some Macaulay around, you know. Okay. Maybe to change the narratives, you know. Maybe to change, you know, the tone of history, you know. Okay. So I think it's good, you know. One way or the other, Macaulay also contributed to the socio-economic, to the national development. But I think it is important for the federal government to, at this time, review, you know, the acts, you know, governing the National Merit Award. Okay. You know, because sometimes when you see people that are being honored with this national award, you'll be surprised. You just look at it about Macaulay. You know, 1914. You know, if not for some of us at this generation, if not for some of us that we were taught history while you were in secondary school, I'd be wondering,
who is about Macaulay?
Don't understand. And you know, in the last few years, you know, or thereabout, history has been wiped out in some of our secondary school. It has just been introduced recently. And
Chinese was, you know, I think we are still on the matter actually, because the federal government is trying to introduce Chinese too.
So, you know, children of nowadays will be wondering, if I ask my son, who is Abba Macaulay, maybe he will just be looking at me that Abba Macaulay, who is that? So, federal government should try to review the provisions, you know, that governing the acts of this national honor, so that they will not just be, you know, some people have also talked about the Ogoni 4, the Ogoni 9. So I think the federal government should at least take a look at the provisions, the acts of this national honor, if possible, to review. You don't just give national honor to, you don't just give national honor to people, anyhow. There should be a standard. They talk about the falcons, the falconets, the tigress, so we should, national honor should be categorized. When you are saying the national honor, people just believe that. People don't know that there are various kinds of national honor, and national honors are various. You understand? And some people even confuse national honor with national merit award, and these are different things entirely. So federal government should be able to come out, categorize all these things and review, or if possible, and repeal, the way the National Assembly used to say that. They repeal some of these acts so that it can measure up to the current reality, of nowadays, so that people can have better understanding with all this national honor. You cannot just imagine, the moment Professor Mahmoud Yakubu resigned, the president pronounced that he'd be given a national honor. There should be a standard, for all these things, and not just that the president will just. I know it is the prerogative, power of the president to give national honor, but at least, the act governing the national honor, is made, and can be reviewed and repealed by the National Assembly. So I think they should be able to do that. Give Abba Macaulay national honor. They welcome development, and it's good.
Okay. Away from that headline, there's a particular headline on Vanguard newspaper where Peter Obi, the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, came out to say that, INEC should begin to investigate the certificate of people who want to contest for elections, from now to 2027. And then, a lot of Nigerians are saying, okay, this is connected to what happened to the Minister of Science and Technology, a very crucial position. And then we are seeing cases of certificate forgery. UNN came out to say, okay, we are not the one that issued this certificate. What do you make of that? Because we've had similar cases too. Kemi Adeosun, Minister of Finance under President Muhammadu Buhari, also had that kind of situation. What do you make of all of this?
Yeah, well, it is not new. It's only if you want to be deceiving ourselves. Peter Obi that is saying this, he knows he's a Nigerian now, so he lives in Nigeria, so he knows that this is not really. Sometimes when people talk, they just politicize all this thing. Sometimes I always find it so, it becomes unnecessary for me to respond to some of these things because it has been politicized. In 1999, we have Salisu Buhari. He was the first speaker in this present republic. He emerged as the Speaker of the House of Representatives then, and he claimed to have the certificate from University of Toronto. You understand? At the end of the day, after 6 months, it was discovered that he has no certificate in Toronto, and the man was, asked to resign, and he resigned. He later apologized. Do you realize that after 4 years of his time at the House of Representatives, after 4 years, during the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, this man was made a chairman. This Salisu Buhari, he was appointed as the chairman of Nigeria Educational Curriculum something. The man that was asked to resign, the man that claimed he had a certificate from University of Toronto, the man was later made a chairman of an important educational institution, even in this Nigeria. So, all these things, when people are saying all these things, see, I only blame our politicians, because you have no reason to go and be. It happens to another Senate president, Evans Ewere. He talks about having a certificate from one university outside the country. It was a lie. So this will not be the first time. But I want to now ask questions that why all this falsification of results and all those stuff. In Ogun State, it happens to our Governor Dapo Abiodun. He claimed to have a degree certificate. He claimed to have finished from University of Lagos. University of Lagos said there is nothing like that. Later, Governor Dapo Abiodun said yes. Just like this Minister Naji, Dapo Abiodun said Yes, he attended University of Lagos, but he never finished from University of Lagos. Same thing with this man. This man, he claimed to have got admission to University of Nigeria, Nsukka, but never finished from University of Nigeria, Nsukka. So how come the certificate? So I think it is very easy. You know, as at this morning, the requirement in our constitution is SSC. Even for the president, even for the governor, the requirement, the list is SSC.
So why forge certificate?
One will now be wondering that, who do you want to impress? That you go to University of Canada, you go to Toronto, you go to... Why can't you give us your... If I'm to contest now for anything, even for the president, at least I have my SSC. I submit my SSC.
But a lot of people will say that SSC really is not the best for you to have if you want to undo some positions in Nigeria. Because experience is needed.
It is not for a lot of people to say it is not the best.
Okay.
The Constitution of Nigeria says is the best. Whatever the Constitution of Nigeria says is the best. It is not the people. Okay, now a lot of people are saying it's not the best, but there are some people at the National Assembly. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody is looking at, let us review this qualification or criteria for being the president of Nigeria. Nobody is talking about it. So it is not...
Even the president had this issue at a point.
Of course. Even till now, he's still having the issue. See, you know, Nigerians likes to engage in beer parlor discussion.
Okay.
If you are saying, yes, they believe it's not the best, it is not for you to be saying it is not the best. You have representatives at the National Assembly. You have representatives at the Senate, House of Reps. Why can't they look at this criteria and review it? Okay, henceforth, the basic should be university degree, HND, Polytechnic, NCE. So it is not for us, we just sit down in one place and you're saying that it's not the best for our country. No. What is the duty of our National Assembly, our lawmakers?
And of course, the Constitution, like you mentioned, the same way Nigerians were arguing that, okay, why should the president, still choose the INEC chair? But then that is what we have in the Constitution.
The Constitution, see, for us to solve most of these problems, we have been on Constitution amendments since 1990, since 2003 or 2007 or thereabouts.
Review upon review.
Review upon review.
Okay.
Amending. So I think the best, see, whatever anybody does, you understand, it is not their fault. It is the fault of the Constitution. So there is a need for them to go back to that Constitution and possibly review or amend.
I think that's a very good option for people who are complaining about certain things that we have in the Constitution. A big thanks to you, Lekwa Shoboale, a journalist and a public affairs analyst, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for being a part of the segment. We need to take a short break now, and when we come back, big story will come up. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Everyone, my name is Tabani Onafua and I am 7 years old. Today is a very special day. It's the International Day of the Girl Child. I am proud to be a girl. Girls are smart, strong, and kind. We can be doctors, leaders, teachers, and anything we want to be. Every girl should go to school, be safe, and be happy. We should be loved, respected, and free to dream big. So today, I want to say to every girl, you are special, you are important, and you can change the world.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live like never before? Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Big Story on Daybreak Live. Today we are exploring a conversation that beautifully blends creativity, hard work, and purpose. A story of how passion, when nurtured with discipline, can lead to both profit and fulfillment. My topic this morning, profits, passion, and purpose, stories from a music lover and a farmer entrepreneur. It's a reminder that no matter what field we find ourselves in, whether it's the rhythm of the studio or the rhythm of the soil, the journey to success often follows the same tune, vision, consistency, and purpose. Samson Balogu is my name. Joining me this morning are two individuals separately who embody some things. And most things we will discover today centers around farmerpreneur, how you can be a farmer, and of course make money off it. It's a reminder that no matter what field you find yourself, what you can do has no limit. Now, moving on. There are so many things, and I spoke about who will be joining me today, individuals who embody these principles in very distinct yet inspiring ways. First is Gbemiga Johnson, the Chief Executive Officer of Gbemiga Industries Limited, a respected farmer and entrepreneur, whose story reflects resilience, innovation, and an unwavering belief in the potential of agribusiness. Later, I will bring on board Akomalefe Akorede, popularly known as DJ Cole, a vibrant entertainer, enthusiast, and radio DJ who has carved a niche for himself through passion, energy, and a love for music that connects with people on every level. Together, they represent two worlds that seem far apart, but share a common thread, the pursuit of passion and purpose, and how both can translate into meaningful impact and success. Good morning once again. Thank you for joining us. Gbemiga Johnson, good to have you in the studio.
It's a pleasure, it's mine. So thank you for having me.
There's a lot to talk about today. Okay. The last time we spoke about this, we could not conclude the conversation. And what we could not discuss was how you have been able to blend farming and processing. These are two different things. Some farmers just do farming and they sell their produce, while you do farming and then you process. So where did they connect? Production and most definitely farming?
Thank you once again, Mr. Sampson. First thing I will say, I will have to commend you for these things you are doing, just to make sure that the viewers at home are getting more insight about, things that is happening around them. I will first say that one thing that I love most is passion. So that whatever things you want to do, that you don't have passion in it, forget it. Because it is only in Nigeria we just want to do one thing today and expect that thing to blow the same day.
Instant results.
Instant results. And things doesn't work that way. It takes process. So then how will I be able to merge the same things together? Because in agriculture, there are some things that is not in place in Nigeria. So our rate of infrastructure development is not that good. So that shows that as an agri-entrepreneur, and you don't have this thing at the back of your mind, that there is no a kind of a good place for your produce. So then you have to begin to think outside the box, because you cannot go to farm and produce and make some good vegetables, and you now let the whole thing go spoiled. To
perish.
You understand? So that shows that you have to think ahead your peers. So okay, if I can do this, what happens if this did not go the way I planned? So how will I be able to contain this so that it will not get spoiled? So I think that is the area at which I begin to think more louder in my spirit. That okay, I cannot go to farm and get some produce out of the farm, and at the end of the day, when that thing did not get to the hands of the user, so what will happen to it? So when we begin to reason that way, you know that you have to create another. So that is the value chain in agriculture. So actually, there's supposed to be some things that the government would do in that area, but we just find ourselves in a country that nobody cares.
There was a time you planted groundnut and you processed your own groundnut instead of selling.
Because there's much money in it, in doing that. Okay, for instance, if I want to sell the groundnut from the farm gate, so okay, let me cite this example. Okay. I got those ideas from my father. So he will tell you that he will not allow some illiterate to come and disturb him at the farm. I said, Daddy, why? He said, okay, look at those here. They did not have money to do business. And they will come and meet you. They will not bother the stress you put in to plant all those things. And they will come and be pricing it anyhow. I was like, pricing it anyhow. I said, you will understand later. So then you will not say, instead of me to sell for these people, I would rather process down my cassava, make garri from it.
And sell the end product.
And sell the end product.
Which is more expensive.
And don't forget, when you want to sell the end product, it shows that there's other additional services you still render. From your cassava now, for instance, by selling your garri, don't forget, you have your cassava peel that you can still make money from. So that you can still choose to do out of your garri to make starch from it. From making starch, there is another byproduct, the mash that left from extracting your starch. You can still make something out of it. From making your starch, you can still make there's what we call tapioca. I don't know if you have heard about that thing before. There's a lot of things that you can bring out of from that cassava alone. But don't forget, if you have sold those things for the immediate users at the farm gate, those are the things you throw out. So instead of making money from all those things, you just sell it once, cheap, to people. So I was like, okay. And plus, when I was growing up, then there was a time I went to go and hustle in some, manufacturing companies like that. So when I saw the way, manufacturing is being done, I said, okay. So that means if we bring this together, this will give us more this. Okay, so instead of selling this one at the farm gate to people that will just go, I don't even know where they are taking it to. They will still add money to it, forgetting that I put some stress, some effort to get those things done. And they will just come price it cheap. And when I got to school and we thought about farm gate pricing, because I did marketing. So when I taught farm gate pricing, so I was like, okay, now I now got in the real picture of it. Okay, so these people, they will just come to farm gate and come and price those things down. But at the end of the day, when they begin to add values to it, cost of transportation, and you end up to know that you still don't worth the price they are giving you. So,
How much influence did your course of study in school influence your decision making as a farmer and entrepreneur?
It influences it a lot, because I pity people that neglect the fact that we have to go to school. If you don't go to school, there's some things that you might not know. Go to school in two different ways now. There's some people, they don't go to, their normal circular school. And there's some people, they fail to re-educate themselves. So they both work together. Even when you go to school, you finish schooling and you still have to re-educate yourselves. Read books, do a lot of studies. If you want to go into agriculture, you have to go and study more in that area. So that's another area that Nigeria is having issues now. You want to start swimming in a kind of river or streams that you did not even know
what's beneath.
What's beneath it. You understand? So before you notice it, you just
sink.
You sink. You get drawn. So level of education now that comes into this thing, because normally I just knew that, okay, my father plants a lot of things. We plant tomatoes, cassava, and plots. We inherited some trees, like mango trees and the likes. You understand? So bringing education to it. Before my father died, there was a day we were talking and I was telling him some things. He looked at me and said, you have really grown up. You know that this? I said, that's the purpose of you sending me to school. And I said, now I understand. So that's how the kind of the magic, the education that have really helped me to close. I wonder if I did not have such kind of opportunity.
Let's talk about the place of research and innovation in farming. We have seen so many innovations, new machineries come into place, planters, and some other things, different machines, which has actually helped farmers to do their business with more ease. But then there's something people have been talking about GMOs. Genetically modified. So when these things come to place, now what's the place of agriculture in the next few years? Some say this is an open letter to farming in the next few years. That majority of these seeds you cannot replant according to reports. So are we inviting farming into the country if we totally adopt GMOs? Yes, it brings you more yield, you grow more, but most definitely you make more money. But what's the long-term implication?
How will the question I should ask whoever that said that kind of statement is that, is it in only Nigeria they've started that? Are we even the one that
initiated?
Is it our initiations? So they have been using it somewhere, and we have never had that there's a farmer in those areas. So why we don't just open to innovations? Why? Because, how will I put it? Even in the Bible, there's a place that you have to count all your costs. You have to do something.
Checks and balances.
You understand?
To see if you are making profit.
If you are making, so Bible itself allows us to innovate, allow us to bring new things, adding fresh ideas. Imagine the levels of all those old babas in the farms in the olden days, that they have to wait for another, farm, how will I put this English now, that you have to allow, for instance, you are planting cassava here, and you have planted that cassava for like 3 to 4 years. What is happening to that soil is that the soil begins to depreciate. But when all these GMOs comes to play, so I doubt if those kind of things. In fact, you don't even need that portion of land to plant. So we just a plot, 2 plots, 3 plots. So with that, even there are some products that are just at your corner in your home,
at the backyard,
your backyard, you can just do some things and you have a better yield. So those things is helping us to reduce the way which we use our body. And some people sit down somewhere, they say, because they don't want to let go of that, their old ideas.
Now, lastly, before we go, we want to talk about access to finance. Are farmers in Nigeria having access to finance as we speak, and how easy is it for them to do business?
You know, I will just say that we should just, what we call finance is not what finance is all about.
Can you be more explicit about that?
I will do that. Because you give someone money to go and embark on a business, and you are charging 32%, 35%, 36%.
As interest?
As interest rate.
Even for farmers too?
There's no money they give in Nigeria, they don't have interest to it. When I want to embark on a potato that I produce, the hard scheme and they disrupt their activities that time. Imagine if I've collected the loans they offered to me. They said they can give me 125 million at 32% interest rate. I sat down, I told them, I said, see, I've failed many times. So when it comes to money, I will not just take your offer. I will not just open my eyes and see money. I will open my eyes and see how I can turn that money around. So if you say that, that means on every 1 million, I'm helping you
about
to bring
350,000 naira.
If it is 35%.
Right.
So if it is 32%, that's
320,000.
So I do the working. If I do my math, I doubt it if I will see 320 at the end of. Okay, imagine I finished the whole plot, everything, expecting yield, everything. Then the herdsmen, they work on all the farms, invade the farms, and that's the end of the farm. And I've collected like 2 or 3 million. What will happen to those millions? But imagine if it is at least the profit margin is. Some people, they know that many Nigerians are very kind of novice when it comes to funding. They will tell you it's single-digit interest rate now. You can only tell me it is single-digit interest rate if it is per annum.
Okay.
Like you are charging 9% per annum.
Okay.
Then I will accept that it's a single-digit interest rate. Because if you divide 9% into 12, so definitely it's still single-digit. But when you say it's single-digit interest rate, and you are doing that every month, so that means this month I will pay 9%, next month 9%, 9 multiplied by 12. Is this still single-digit? So it shows that farmers especially, they have to go for more knowledge
about what loans is
loans is all about. Otherwise, that's why you see that many collect monies that they could not turn around.
Wow, that's really insightful. We do hope that so many people have picked one or two from this morning. We say thank you to you, Gbemiga Johnson, for joining us in the studio.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, the show continues. We'll be back.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Casts. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we just capture moments. We deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? The OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram at Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
All right, live with me in the studio this morning is Komolafe Akuride, popularly known as DJ Cole, a vibrant entertainment enthusiast and a radio DJ who has carved a niche for himself through passion, energy, and a love for music that connects with the people on every level. Right, we'll be talking about so many things together with me in the studio this morning. Korede, good to have you in the studio.
Good to have you too. I'm so happy to be here.
The mighty DJ Cole, as they fondly call you.
Yes.
How did you blend your passion with what you currently do? How did you start being a DJ?
I started being a DJ from my childhood. I started from the church, play drums.
I was about to ask you that. Most entertainment enthusiasts will tell you, oh, I started from the church. So you also started from the church?
Yes, because my dad is a pastor, and that's where the whole thing started. So this is where we are today.
So you started playing drums?
Yes.
And then after drums, what happened?
I go out with a lot of live bands. So from there, when I entered, what's it called, higher institution,
okay,
I fell in love with DJing, and from there, we pick it up from there. So that's where the whole DJing started. So that's just it.
So when you fell in love with DJing,
yes,
was there ever a point where you said, oh, this DJing thing is what I want to do? And how did you start being a DJ? Did you walk up to someone, or it was just you trying to do
I just, you know, when you have passion for music and when you know how to play an instrument, I think to go into a DJ will not be a problem. There's a lot of, what's it called? There's a lot of people doing it before you online, so you can just easily go online and check out anything you want to do. So from there, I bought a laptop then and downloaded some software, DJing software, since I know how to play drums. So I know how to match up to 2 songs together. So I did not even have any boss, up to date. Nobody can walk up to you and tell me a mini.
No, I taught him how to.
So nobody taught me how to DJ. But so I know some people are there before me, so I look up to them and I train myself. Okay, I can do this. I know I can do this. So from there, that's how the whole thing started.
So at a point, how easy was it for you to get it all correctly? And when was that point?
It wasn't easy.
When was that point when you said to yourself, it is time for me to go out there and start doing this?
Not really. Not that I just started. Not that I just go out and start. I started with my friends.
Okay.
So in the house, okay, I think I can do this. So when I started, okay, some of my friends, they always with me as at that time. So we practiced it inside my daddy's parlor then. So from there, I started, So that's just it.
Okay, now, what was your first gig as a DJ, and how did you fare? What was the what you call the feedback you got from people?
Yes, the day I started, it wasn't easy, cause my friend then, one of my friends, the guy is in outside the country now. The guy just called me that they want to do maybe one party in their school.
Okay.
So and he knows I've been doing it inside the house. So he's like, Kolide, you can come and try this in our school now. Let's just see how the thing goes. It wasn't easy that day, but I put my body, I put everything into it, and I think I delivered well. And everybody was like, so it's better than she DJ. Have you been doing this for long? And I said, no, I just started some months ago, and that's how the whole thing started. And I think. So there's a lot. I think there's still a lot of backlash. Like people will talk about you that the guy just tried me. He hasn't know anything about. I shall keep on pushing myself. Like okay, I can do it, and here we are today. So we thank God. So
in an industry that can sometimes be competitive, there are so many DJs in Ibadan that you can't even count. So many DJs in other states too. So how did you and how have you stayed competitive in that market?
I think the way I played, I make sure I play. If I want to mix songs together, I make sure I work on every playlist I do. Okay. I don't just go out and play. Okay, in a barrier now you are playing some kind of songs that you know. Okay, this is not the kind of songs you should play in this place. There's a lot of.
So before every show, there's a playlist.
There's a playlist. So you just have to work on yourself. Work on your playlist every time to time. Music is not just singing. Sometimes music passes a lot of messages if you listen to music. So there's some song that is starting for some event. Not all songs are supposed to be playing events. So you should work as a DJ. You have to be working on yourself every time to time. That's just how the thing works. So I know it's not easy, but at the same time we keep pushing. That's just it.
Now let's talk about the place of personal branding in what you do.
Okay.
So when was the time you felt, for every one in the creative industry, you start at a point and then there will be a point you will feel like, oh, it is time for me to start branding myself. Okay. It's time for me to push my brand out there, especially on social media. So where was that point that you started doing your branding, and what were the strategies you used?
I would think that would be 2018.
Okay.
When I was employed in a radio station in Ondo State. There's a what is it called that time? There is a competition going on in that radio station. So and I heard, and I think I put in
for the competition.
And I won. That was 2018. That was when I started pushing out myself. Like okay, I can do this. So that was when I started my radio journey and the like. So since then, I've been pushing it. So since that very 2017, 2018, I've been branding myself, trying to go into different media houses, and I've been on that same, what is it called? Same range since that time, going from one media house to the other, branding myself on social media, do everything possible to push myself out there.
Now, you are a DJ.
Yes.
You are a radio DJ.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Radio DJ is not just anyhow DJ, because in terms of music we played, because there's some certain times, maybe in the morning now, there's some certain music you play. In the afternoon, there's some certain music you play, and in the evening, there's some certain music. So you don't just play a song anyhow on radio. So it's a very different game, different ball game in the whole industry, in the whole thing. So being a radio DJ, you just have, like I said earlier, you just have to keep working on yourself. Listen to people that have done it before you, that are in the game before you. So, and on radio, you don't play anyhow songs. You don't play vocal word songs. You don't play all these street songs on radio. there's some song you play that is a street song. Don't quote me wrong. You can still play, but you just have to work on this
the radio
song,
edition,
the radio version, and the like. So some DJs can't do all the stress. Some radio that can't do it. Some DJs can't do it, so they don't even have time for that. Do you understand? So, but I love being on radio, so it has been in my body
in the system.
So,
was there ever a time you felt like quitting being a DJ?
Yeah, that would be 2020 when I lost my dad. Yes, so I want to quit that time, but you know, thing that I've been doing, and
he was a pastor. You wanted to quit to take over the church?
No, no. Everything just tired me that time, and I'm like, there's no mother, there's no father, so you know how it is, and it's not easy being a only guy in the house. So, but that was the time, Sha. Let me just.
So when was that day you felt really proud of yourself as a DJ?
The day I worked for Oyo State government. Yes. So, because I was just at home that day, and they called me, DJ call. We wanted to come and do this. Can you do it? And I said, yes. Oyo State government. That was around.
And you got brown envelope.
Yes, that was 2023. So, and I was so happy. I was so happy, and I thank God. So that's just it.
So do you also do mentorship? You mentor people who want to do what you do?
Yes, I do that a lot. I still have like 2-3 guys with me, so that I mentor now. So, and they are fine.
Now, very quickly before we go, when you talk about DJing, you are a DJ on radio, you attend parties as a DJ, and most definitely you do club DJing. These are 3 different things.
Yes.
For events, you look at what is going on before you play music.
Yes.
For radio, you check the time, you check so many other things, and in fact,
you read the room.
You read the room.
Yes.
So these are 2, but when you get to the club, it's a totally different thing. You can do whatever you like and nobody will question you. So how do you separate your playlist, that for the club, that for radio, for other events? And how do you stay consistent mentally when it comes to, choosing the right song to play?
When you are already in the game now, so nobody will teach you what you will do. You are in the game already, so you know what to do. When you are reading the room, you should know what next you are doing. That's just it. As a DJ, you just have to be versatile. That's just it. I have my radio, what's it called now? Hard drive for radio. If I want to be on radio now, let's say I want to work here this morning now, like I want to play now. I already know the songs I'm playing for the morning program. Okay, what kind of program are you doing? What kind of songs suit the program? As a radio, you just have to know what you are doing. That's just it. So for afternoon shows now, you should know the kind of songs you play for afternoon. So I've been in the game for over close to like 7-8 years, so I know what to do. So when I'm in the club, I know this is a club. So I know what the customers are looking out for. So I should be able to be versatile. I should do whatever it takes to do the job.
At that moment?
Yes, I just have to do it. That's just it.
Lastly, before we go, DJ Cole, what would be your advice to upcoming DJs and music enthusiasts?
For the upcoming DJ, I would say just keep pushing, focus, just work on yourself. You can do it. Like I can do it, I know you too you can do it. So just focus on yourself, work on yourself, do everything possible to be on your A game. That's just it.
Your social media handles, just in case anyone wants to reach out to you.
At Mighty DJ Core, Mighty MIGHT DJ KOR. That core is KOR.
KOR.
KOR, not CAWL.
Okay.
KOR.
Mighty DJ Core. On all social media
platforms, yes.
DJ Core, thank you for joining us in the studio this morning.
Thank
That's been a wonderful session with you.
Thank you so very much for having me.
And you are a friend of the house, absolutely.
Yes.
Because when we opened Dominion Television, you were the DJ on ground. Yes. Thank you for joining us in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
We do hope that next time we'll call you, you will be here.
100%.
All right, thank you, DJ Core.
Thank you.
What an inspiring conversation it's been. From the sound of music to the strength of the soil. Today's discussion reminds us that passion, when driven by purpose, always finds a way to produce profits, not just financially, but in fulfillment and legacy. A big thank you to my guests, Gbemiga Johnson of Gbemiga Industries Limited and Akomalafi Akorede, also known as DJ Core, Mighty DJ Core, for sharing their journeys and insights with us. That's it on The Big Story for today. Samson Balogun is my name. Stay tuned. Trend Watch is up next, bringing you what's buzzing online and across the nation. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be back.
My name is Tabani Onafua, and I am 7 years old. Today is a very special day. It's the International Day of the Girl Child. I am proud to be a girl. Girls are smart, strong, and kind. We can be doctors, leaders, teachers, and anything we want to be. Every girl should go to school, be safe, and be happy. We should be loved, respected, and free to dream big. So today I want to say to every girl, you are special, you are important, and you can change the world.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Cast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
All right, welcome back from that short break. The show is still Daybreak Live right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. Now it's time for Trend Watch on the show this morning, and it's about the video. Guys, welcome back.
Thank you for having us back here.
Good
Well
to
done.
have you back.
I mean, I'm thinking of probably learning how to DJ now too. Maybe that's more, because I want to delve into the entertainment section.
As your side
They are
hustle
making
or the
money.
main hustle?
No, the side.
The
It
side
doesn't
hustle.
even matter.
What
side or
what side? Left or right? I just want to be sure.
Center.
Okay, you're talking about the video and dropping 2 new records, and that's for the fact that it's bringing back the DMW crew, Mayor Kun, and some other people, even Peruzzi. They're all back together. I mean, that would really be a very interesting one.
Absolutely. But so many comments are really making the rounds across the social media space now. Some are saying it's going to be a flop. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's going to be a nice one to look out for. But one thing I wanted us to probably look at is the entertainment industry, and particularly the record labels we have in the country, Nigeria. We've had instances of problems with several, management and all of that. I will give a brief example of some of these ones that we've had in recent times, especially with artists. Remember Madian Records with Mobad, how they said there were a lot of speculations that they were part of the people that, eventually, let's not call the word, but also Eric Many Entertainment also involved in a breach of contract dispute with Runtown. Remember Runtown?
Right,
With
yeah.
Runtown, and YSG
And that was
Entertainment.
almost the end of Runtown at the time.
Absolutely. And YSG Entertainment in legal battle with Vector 2, VEC, Undo. A lot of people like that. We've had similar cases, and it keeps going on. Malian Record is there. Dapper Music Entertainment, Charlie Poppy Living, citing financial mismanagement and exploitation. Eric Mani, Runtown, YSG, Vector, Chocolate City, Millie and Brimo at the time. And, Northside Entertainment as well, Cynthia Morgan, and a public dispute with the label. A lot of people, Scales also with his record label. A lot of people still have problems with their record labels, and we've seen this. But what the video is doing is kind of like different in the sense that just after Mayor Kun left DMW, he recalled just last year that he had one of his biggest contracts coming from Davido. That Davido introduced him to Sony Music, and that was a big one for Mayor Kun. So right there, so he was saying that he left. He's an estranged member of the group now, but he's still benefiting from the dividends of relationships with Davido. So unfortunately, many record labels or should we say their owners now, when they fight or when someone leaves their record label, it becomes a fight, it becomes a feud, a struggle. They don't get to meet up again, and sometimes they even backbite them. They try to pull them down. You know, some of them will have gone up, and after a while, after leaving their record, you see they will now drop, they will nosedive, and then it will be a bad clash for them. So we've seen that a lot of times. Maybe.
Okay, I think that can happen if you didn't build a very solid brand before leaving your record label. Because Ashake left, and then I think Ashake is doing very well.
Are you sure he's doing very well?
It depends on how you're seeing the matter. But then at the end of the day, when someone decides to leave a record label, the contract is off. I don't think
how about Lighter? Even though Lighter had no contract with Olamide at that time, it was just promoting and helping.
Yeah.
But the moment Olamide stopped, you know, promoting Lighter, that was it.
And that's what we say. Davido is still in a way promoting some of these guys. Sometimes he mentions them. I think he attended Peruzzi's wedding or whatever.
The truth is, if you check the videos circle, most of them are friends. They are really close. It's not the boss-master relationship. It's a friendship kind of thing. So it's totally different. I think one of the places where I have issues with some artists, I'm not on the side of the record labels. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm stating facts. You know, it's easy when you are still up and coming and then someone picks you up and then starts spending the money. You are not calculating when they started spending the money, which is obviously not making back at the time. But the moment you start making money, you're already calculating the millions entering the account, not minding that this person invested, this set of people invested in you before those money started coming in. And then you start thinking differently to the contract you signed. Oh, you are getting 40%, and then you are like, oh, out of 100 million, I will just get 40 million. What happened to the remaining 60 million? Well, someone invested, and then you signed that contract when you needed money, when you wanted to blow, you signed the deal. But after you started making money, you felt like, oh, you are no longer interested. I mean, we have seen what happened to Runtown was that he still had a contract that was still valid, and he said he was no longer interested in the deal with the record label. And they said, look, you cannot drop a single track unless this contract expires, and that was the end. Till today, Runtown is still struggling. What about Lighter? He was still yet to sign a deal with Olamide. Olamide was still trying to see how far he would go before he gives him a deal. And, you know, his father came and said, look, if you are not signing him now, I think I have someone else that wants to help my son. And I said, look, you can go. If there is someone else that can actually help you, go and handle it. And what happened? Lighter nosedived. And that happened to so many other artists, even in the video gang. How many the Peruzzi songs have you heard in recent times? How many of that of Mayoko have you heard in recent times? So it do happen to these
apart from the old percentage thing that can cause, okay, I want to leave the record label, I think other issues can also cause it. Right. Maybe this person is no longer comfortable in that record label. So you have every right to say, okay, my contract is over, I want to leave. It shouldn't be a problem. And as a matter of fact, okay, even if at all you're not doing well at first, you can continue to build, and one day you don't know whether the universe is just going to smile at you. And for Davido, you know, trying to say, I'm coming back with these people, I think Davido has a very large heart, and you know, you can tell from his personality that he's very, very friendly. Very free. So he's the kind of person that even if you offend him, it might not even you know, show it that, okay, you actually offended me a while ago, he's still going to smile at you. That's the kind of person he is. And the one more thing that I would love us to correct is the fact that people always say, Davido, you know, he's building on his father's money. No, this man is very hardworking.
That's unfair.
Regardless of the fact that he's from a very wealthy family, he's very hardworking. You always see him, you know, trying to grind all the time. And I don't also think he's talentless, because that's another argument that people will say, Davido, you know, he has people that write songs for me. Other artists also have people who write songs for them, but then they don't make it public. So the fact that we know that some people write songs for Davido doesn't make him talentless.
Okay, let's take a few comments, just one or two, and then we'll wrap it up on the show this morning. And talking about comments on that post, Anu, would you take one of the comments?
There are quite a few comments to go around. You know, I think one is coming from. He says, "OMG, that's Ungu Eve." He said, "OMG, this is a great record. The video's verse is goated, dynamism and play on words." Another person, that's Sonny M, says flop. Anyway, Ebube says, them no get hits at all. That's coming from him. And Godson says, if this song no top 50, then Davido no get any influence for Nigeria again. I think it's a very nice conversation, because if you consider how much of profit is coming into the GDP, or should we say recognition for the African state, there's no way you talk about entertainment in Africa, you don't talk about Nigeria. Not even, there's no way you talk about entertainment in the world that you don't mention Nigeria in a sense, right? It's a big industry. But we hope some of these wrongs are corrected, so artists can also become as great as they should be and aspire to the best they can.
Definitely. Even outside of their record label, they can do well. Let's not have that mentality that once they leave their record label, they become useless. Yeah. It depends on if you want to remain useless. If you have, I'm serious.
It's a personal decision. Anyway.
Definitely.
All right, we have to go. Let's call it quits on the show this morning. We say thank you for joining us from Monday through Friday. Thank you out there. We say thank you for joining us. All right, Fridays, smiles are actually brighter on Fridays, especially when it is time to go home and relax. All right, until next week, you shall be joining us again on another fresh edition of Daybreak Live on Daystyle. Same time, same station. Samson Balogun is my name. Keep being good, keep being safe out there. Bye for now.
All right, thank you for being a part of the show. Before I go, I want to tell you, do not be so used to the bare minimum. Always aim higher. My name is Oluwayemi Adilako. I'm saying good morning.
And create the perfect situation for you wherever you find yourself, even if it's not palatable. Just try to do something. My name is Anulu Akpoidowu. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.